It's very cold in here. Well, good thing I got my coat with me. Oh, I didn't notice you there. I'm sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all of you. You may be wondering, why am I here? Well, I am here today to elaborate a book that I have chosen for today's book review. Well, before that, let's get to know each other, shall we? Let me introduce myself. My name is SHAFIQAH and I am 17 years old, and I study at Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Ronca-Ronca. Now that we're done with that, let's move on, shall we? This is the book that I will be elaborating today. It has a very beautiful cover, don't you think? The title of this book is Time to Heal. It is a written work by Nur Hafsah Hamid. What is it about? Well, it is about a young man that goes by the name Hassan, who is struggling to cope with the death of his own twin brother, Husin. Husin died because of a sudden illness at a very young age. And because of that, Hassan was devastated. He felt like he has lost a part of himself and he didn't know how to move on. Hassan learned about that at a very young age, and it was the death that made him to be in the medical field. Hassan's grief manifested in numerous ways. He becomes withdrawn, isolated, and he starts to question about his own fate. He has nightmares and about Husin and has trouble sleeping because of it. But later on, he will overcome it when he meets Amy and Niza. The genre of this book is slice of life. It has exactly 320 pages, and it is published by the Iman Publications. What I find interesting about this book is that the fact that it has a glossary at the back. Why is it so interesting? Well, it's because having a glossary at the back is very important for those non-Muslims who is trying to learn or are just curious about the meaning of Arabic words that are containing in this book. Besides that, there are also some Quran verses in this book, which I rarely find in book nowadays. This book is trying to deliver a message about the loss, grief, and self-healing. It is a story that will stay with you for a very long time after you finish reading it. I love the fact that the author captured the experience of grief and healing of Hassan while he is experiencing it. And also, I like the fact that the author didn't shy away or offer any easy way to get through life. This novel is also thought-provoking. Why? It's because it raises questions. About what? Well, it's about the importance of faith and also the power of love. One of the few lessons that I have gained when I finished reading this book is that the fact that it is about Hassan's life growth, of going through grief and how he's trying to cope with the death of his twin brother, Husin. While being a doctor himself, it is already very hard because of the life losses that he has to deal with every single day, while he himself is trying to recover from the loss of his twin brother. He tells himself repeatedly that this is only the natural progression of life. This book has also taught me about how we should place our grief by placing our trust in God. Next, there is also mention about the unconditional love towards family and also friends. Self-healing requires affection from our loved ones, and maybe they are one of the few reasons why we keep on living, why we are fighting to keep on living. For example, I love the fact that Hassan's parents shows their affection toward Hassan by supporting him in no matter path he takes. And next, Amy and Niza, his friends, showed their affection by willing to lend an ear to hear about Hassan's thoughts and fears. After all, the greatest therapy is love and friendship. Overall, Time to Heal is a very heartwarming story, and it will stay with you for a very long time after you finish reading it. And I would recommend it to anyone who has experienced loss and grief, or just for those who are wondering what it's like to be in their shoes. I love the fact that the author mentioned that the grief can manifest it in numerous of ways. For example, isolation, anger, and also nightmares. There are also some other opinions or other book reviews regarding this book, and one of those are from a website Goodreads that goes by the username What Afi Reads. She stated that grief is neither an enemy or a friend. It is something that will stay with you for a very long time. It's a journey about self-healing, loss, and finding yourself amidst the pain. There are one of the few quotes that I very much like, and I would take it as a lesson for myself. That is, let me find it. Goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes. And because for those who love with their heart and soul, there is no such thing as separation. Well, that is all from me. Thank you for listening and lending an ear to hear my elaboration toward this book. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you.